First thing we're going to talk about is the stance. The stance has to be strong and it has to be ready. What does that mean? If I have to move my feet in some certain way to get myself into a stance, it's going to be too late. The feet move slower than the rest of our body, and we don't have time for that. Plus, you'll find out in level 2, I have to be able to shoot my pistol and work and operate no matter what my feet are doing. They might be moving me to a position and I don't have the time to wait until they're in the position that my reactive mind might like them to be. So we're going to train the body initially, building this foundation using a static stance that will apply for being static and for moving. So if you'll notice, first of all, I'm standing in a natural stance. That's what we're starting with. We want to make it natural. The only difference is I'm going to make it natural and strong. So I'm going to keep my knees flexed. I'm going to curl my toes down through my shoes so that I can simply lean my body forward and feel almost all the weight on the balls of my feet and those toes curling down through my shoes to keep my weight forward in an aggressive manner. That's extremely important, because if I don't have my toes dug in, my weight transferred forward, my knees flexed, when I'm firing my gun, the recoil is going to knock me back. If someone suddenly attacks me, I'm going to be knocked back on my butt. And on my butt is no place to fight, believe me. If I have to draw my pistol, it allows me to draw my pistol smoothly without getting hung up. If my shoulders are back, it makes it very difficult to even get back here. And if you're carrying your weapon in a summer special position behind the hip, you may not be able to reach it. But watch what happens when I get my body in an aggressive stance and roll my shoulders forward. I can now get way over here. I can get wherever my pistol is. So if it's in this position here, very simple to draw. So we don't want to be flat-footed and standing straight up. If I'm standing straight up like this, very easy for me to go over backwards, including recoil knocking me off my platform. So we're going to keep it strong, aggressive, shoulders rolled forward, toes curled in to the bottom. And this is hands ready stance. Okay? Why hands ready? I'm not always going to have my pistol out in a state of readiness. You see, because if I'm all tensed up right here and I have my muscles already all tensed up, first of all, I can't hardly move. Hi. And I'll be wore out in about 30 seconds. So I'm just quasi-relaxed. As we present to the technique, if it was a block and guard, that's when my body tightens to the technique. Okay, so we've got a good stance here. You're going to curl those toes into the ground, flex your knees, lean forward slightly to where when you look down, you see your feet behind you. That's important. Your back muscles are adducted. Through your arms are tense. You're on your sights. Now if I give you simulated recoil, the entire body is keeping the weapon in the fight. Body's strong. I can't even get him to budge. But the moment he relaxes his toes, over he goes, and the body and the weapon are out of the fight. So we got to keep the body strong in the fight, and that all starts with the toes. That's why we train static first. Once the body is out of the fight, the gun's out of the fight. We can't let that happen. So we keep the body strong.